How to draw spring tulips. Welcome to Rain Francis Art for Kids. Today I'm going to show you how to draw these tulips with markers step by step. This is an easy drawing lesson for kids, beginners, and kids of all ages. Hi everyone, welcome to Rain Francis Art for Kids. My name is Rain. In this series, Nature and the Universe, we draw everything that's in nature and everything that's up in the skies. So let's begin. This is what you'll need for today's drawing. You're going to need a piece of paper. I have my dollar store drawing pad here. It's 11 inches by 8.5. You're going to need a pencil, an eraser. I have my old paintbrush here I used to dust off my page. We're using a lot of color today. So I'll show you a whole bunch of colors that I have, and you can choose any colors that you want, okay? These are all markers. And for the flower, for the tulips, I should say, I'm drawing, some of them are going to be pink, some of them are going to be purple. And I have kind of a light pink and a darker pink, and I have a light purple and a darker purple. And for the stems and the leaves, I've got a lighter green and a darker green. You don't have to use all these colors if you don't want to. It's okay. You can use just purple and pink and one green. But if you have different shades of pink, purple, and green, why don't you pull those out? And as usual for outlining, I have my black fine-tipped marker. So why don't I go ahead and clear my canvas, and we can start drawing some tulips. All right, let's begin drawing our tulips. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw the flower part of the tulip, okay? I'm going to draw 3 of them. Now, I've never drawn these before, so this is a first for me. I'm going to try my best. And a tulip is a bit of a round shape, like this, and one of the petals goes around like that. Okay, we're going to do the same thing on this side. One of the petals goes just like this. And we've got another petal coming up here on the top. And we'll put a few little petals here. Just like that. We're going to do the stems after, but I'm going to start with the flowers themselves, okay? Now the middle tulip, we're going to put it a little smaller, a little shorter down here. It's a little thinner, but it's that same kind of round shape and that same idea of the petal here and another petal here and just one at the top. Okay, that one's closed a little bit. This one is more open. And for the third tulip, we'll do the exact same thing here, okay? Kind of roundish, but a little wider. One petal here. One here. One in the middle. And 2 little petals on each side here. I'm going to fix this because I don't like how I did that. I want that to be just a little more round. There we go. So those are our tulip flowers. Now for each tulip, we're going to draw a stem. And they have very thin, straight stems. So 2 lines like that. Just going to take a quick look into my camera. Okay, we're good. I can make these a little longer. And we're going to do this with all 3 of them. Three stems, just like that. Very straight. Now for the leaves, watch how I do it. They have big, big leaves. They go out like this, and I'm going to bring it right to the bottom of the stem, like that, and around. Okay? Same thing here, but this leaf will be a little smaller. A leaf like this, right to the bottom of the stem, and then around. And we'll do this leaf on this side here, okay? Nice big leaf, right to the bottom of the stem and around. And for each leaf, we're going to draw a little line, not quite in the middle, but something like that. Right from the tip to the stem. So those are our tulips. Now what I'm going to do is take my fine liner and I'm going to outline everything. And I'm not too worried about following my pencil marks because I'm going to erase them. If you're not going to erase your pencil marks, try to follow your pencil lines, okay? But if you're like me and you don't mind having, I don't know what I was going to say there. If you're like me and you want to erase your pencil marks, that's what I meant to say. Don't worry about following your pencil lines, okay? All right. And I'm making these just slightly pointy at the top instead of completely round. Just slightly pointy. And now I'm going to outline the stems. Try to make them as straight as I can. And those beautiful big leaves. I just love tulips. I don't have any in my garden, but one of these days I will. I keep telling myself every year, plant tulips in the fall so that you have them for the spring. And then I get so busy and I forget. So hopefully one of these days I won't forget, because it would be nice to see some tulips at this time of year. It's a very early spring here in Canada. Usually we still have a lot of snow in March, or April I should say. There we go. The tulips are outlined. So what I'm going to do is erase all of my pencil marks. Now I always say, if you're going to erase them, make sure that your marker is dry so you don't smudge everything everywhere, okay? So away I go, erasing these long pieces of eraser. I just think outlining makes it look so pretty. Sometimes when you have pencil on your page and you put marker over it, it kind of makes it look a little dirty. You know, you can see kind of the pencil smudges into the color that you put on. If the color is black, it doesn't matter, but if you're putting on a nice bright pink or something like that, you don't want it to smudge with pencil mark, right? I think I'm shaking my whole table, which means my camera is probably shaking too. Sorry about that. There we go. Let me wipe off my page. Just make sure I got all there's a little bit here. Okay, that's good enough for me. So I'm going to start coloring in. These two are going to be the same color and this one's going to be a different color. So like I said before, I'm coloring in purple and pink. So these two are going to be purple. I have my light purple and my dark purple. So I'm going to start with, let's see, I'll start with the light purple. sorry. And I'm going to put dots to show you where I'm coloring them in, okay? So away I go, coloring in this kind of light purple. It may not look like a light purple right now, but when you see the other purple that I have, you'll see it is light. Now you don't have to use markers for this drawing. You could use coloring pencils or crayons like I mentioned. Did I mention it? Okay, so that's done, and I'm going to do the same thing here. These three petals are going to be that light purple color. If you look at a tulip, some of them are completely the same color, but a lot of them have different shades of color in them. They're very pretty, pretty flowers. I really like them a lot. Do you have tulips where you are? All right. Now I'm going to take my darker purple color and I'm going to color in these big petals, that darker purple. And I think this is going to look really, really nice. I was tempted to do orange and yellow, but last week I did a goldfish and I promised myself, I even think I said it on camera, that I'm going to try not to do orange and yellow this week for the tulips. Because I've been using orange and yellow a lot lately, and I wanted to do something different. You see how dark that purple is, and it makes that one look a lot lighter, doesn't it? So I'm just going to try not to get outside the lines here. There. That one's done. Now I'm going to do this one. Does that look like a tulip to you? Not so sure. Yeah, I've never drawn tulips before. I painted them one time, but it was more of an abstract painting. I didn't paint them here for this channel, though. Okay, I'm going to try not to get any of that dark purple into the light purple. Great. How are you guys doing? What color are your tulips? Do you have a whole bunch of colors like I do? And what are you using? Markers? Here we go. Those tulips are done. I think they look pretty. Now I'm going to take, if I can close my marker, there we go, my two pinky kind of colors. I've got this light pink and it's kind of a darker pink. It looks more like maybe a peach color, but I'm going to start with the lighter one and I'm just going to do that petal light pink. Okay, that one's done. And now that kind of darker pink color, I'm going to do these two petals, that color. Oh, that's pretty. That's a nice little color there. This is definitely a good drawing to do for spring. This flower is going to be quicker to color in because it's smaller, not as many petals. I don't know, this is a kind of a light red, maybe not really pinky, but it looks good. There we go. Now those two green colors that I have, that light green and the kind of the darker green, I'm going to start with the lighter green. And the lighter green is going to be the inside part of the petals, of not the petals, of the leaf, okay? So let me start with that. And if you get any of the light green anywhere else, it doesn't matter because we're going to have dark green covering that. One of my dogs just whined. I don't know why. I might have to stop and check that out. One of my cats may have walked by her. There we go. Nice light green. It's very, very light. So for the stem and the outside part of the leaf, we're going to color it in with this darker shade. It's not too dark. It's a nice, I call it a spring green color. I love it. So the stems and the rest of the leaf there. Just going to try not to get any of the dark into that light side. I have 4 dogs and 1 cat in my room with me today. So if you hear things going on in the background, that's what it is. Usually they all fall asleep when I'm doing my videos. So far they've been pretty quiet. There, that one's done. Now we'll do the little fella here. The little fella. I always say that together, little and fella. Could be a little girl though. Isn't that a nice green color? I really like this color. Can't wait to see some green outside. It's been a long, I always say that, it's been a long winter. It hasn't been that bad this year. I live in Canada and we had a very, very mild, short winter. So I can't complain, but I'm always looking forward to the warmer weather and to see green and beautiful flowers. And start to work in my garden. Not looking forward to the bugs though. That's one thing I can't stand. I think everybody can agree. Mosquito bites are not fun. All right, I'm almost done here. How are you guys doing? There we go. Those are my spring tulips. All right, I'm pretty happy with this. Now I'm going to sign my name. I want you to sign your name. I want you to always be very, very proud of the beautiful work of art that you just created. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, my friends, and we'll see you next time on Nature and the Universe. Thanks for watching. Bye.